South Africa is a very diverse country. It's comprised of 11 official languages with 11 different ethnic groups. And it's very big on mining and minerals. I can say gold, we have platinum as well, and we have diamonds. And we're not really that big on agriculture, but it's very high on the ranks. And the poverty levels are, we're comprised of two economies, if I can put it that way. We have very rich people and very poor people. Aid in South Africa is 1% of our GDP and our general budget, which is approximately 9 billion rands. And it sounds very little, but it's got a significant role. We use it for innovation, for piloting. It's not really a gap filler, so we don't use it for projects that the government cannot support. It supports strategic priorities of government. It is supported it supports the national priorities. It's aligned to our budget. It's not part of the South African revenue budget, but it is aligned into our budget to ensure that it's reported on, to ensure that it is on plan, to ensure that it's on treasury as well. The Paris Declaration is very relevant, and I wouldn't really like to think of it as the Paris Declaration, but rather a good aid management principles, because we have over 30 donors in South Africa who are not all members of the Paris Declaration or signatories of the Paris Declaration. So we use the 5 key principles as the good aid management principles to ensure that country ownership is in the forefront. We are in line with the national priorities. We make sure that aid supports national priorities and it supports national strategies. And I would say it is in full swing, but not everybody's in board. Like any other country, we do have challenges where other countries are not really in support of Paris Declaration, and they are not in support, or they don't regard what they're giving as ODA, but rather as just a fund or just a donation. So we do have those challenges, but in general, I can say that we are doing very well. We have aligned it to our systems. In terms of the conditionalities, those that we can do away with, we have done away with, and those that we cannot really get rid of, we are in negotiations. In terms of division of labor, we have groupings. We have the EU in the forefront leading the economic cluster, and then we have other donors leading each and every clusters that we have. So I think we're doing fairly well, but there's room for improvement. We still have a challenge, like I've said, in division of labor, wherein we as much as we're doing very well in terms of the EU leading, but we want South Africa to be more involved, to be able to say, a specific donor, you are strong in this area, take a lead at this, not to have it being dictated to us by the donor, but rather having it come from in-country. And in terms of mutual accountability, we still have a challenge with certain donors, like China, for instance. They're not really reporting, and we would like more of mutual accountability. We report to them on a regular basis. We would like figures especially being reported to us.